What's going on, you crazy bastards? You're back here with Rob Kimball on the Sons of Wrestling for a TNA Slammiversary 2014 review. We start off the show with MVP coming out to the top of the ramp on crutches, and he has Bobby Lashley, Kenny King with him, and he comes out really just to get a lot of fucking heat, and it worked up real nice. So we get to the first match of the night, X Division, just like last year's Slammiversary. We rock out an X Division match, but this year it's a ladder match with Manic, Tigre Uno, the Wolves, Sonata, and Crazy Steve. And let me say, Crazy Steve is over as fuck with the crowd. Lots of Steve chants. Wow, I didn't see that coming at all. What did you guys think of this Crazy Steve chants out there? Like, I don't know, we've never really seen him do a whole hell of a lot in the ring, so why are we chanting that much for a guy that barely does anything? So, anyway, he's over as hell, so here we go. And, anyway, right off the bat, Manic goes right at Sonata, outside of the ring, and we get Richards, Edwards, and a great team effort going together. But then later on, you'll see them at the top of the ladder with the belt hanging above. They start going at it, man. They want that belt. They want that belt. And man, it would have been nice if one of them got that belt and had that little feud, because, like I said, the tag team division has been nothing really. So why not just split them up? Because you don't really have a tag division at all. But in the end, you end up getting Sonata slithering up the motherfucker, up the ladder, and snatching up that belt after we get this crazy super sunset flip to Richards onto the other ladder. Whew, that was pretty crazy. So Sonata, still your X Division TNA champion. Be nice to see you a little more on Thursdays so the people would know what the hell's going on with their X Division champ. Keep the people in there. Like Manic last year was champion. Yes, he did lose to Chris Sabin, but the point is, 1 year later you barely see him on TV. It's crazy. Then we got MVP, and he's seriously getting some serious heat. Books the triple threat with the winner of the Samoa Joe, Bobby Lashley, and the winner of Kenny King, Austin Aries. We get Lashley and Samoa Joe coming out. Holy shit, the crowd is insane for Joe. And it's too goddamn bad here at the end. Lashley ends up picking up the victory. Moving on. And Joe gets fucked again. I don't know where they're going, but Joe's gonna kill you. And then we have Magnus Bram versus Willow and Abyss. And Magnus is running this shit pretty much the whole way. And anyway, Bram goes to get involved. Abyss makes sure that this doesn't happen. And basically it's a lure up the ramp, and Willow ends up taking the pinfall here with Magnus winning this match. And it seemed like that was the whole thing all along. And a pretty good match. I liked it. It was decent, good action between both guys. Hardy doing some really cool shit, the usual Jeff Hardy match, and Magnus looking good here. And we move on to Kurt Angle the third inductee to the Hall of Fame in TNA, Team 3D. Fuck yes, awesome. Bully Ray and Devon, deserved, awesome. The Dudley Boys, the Deadly Brothers, which they were going to be, but the internet ran off with that, pissing Bully Ray off, as he just said on the podcast recently done with Chris Jericho. And well deserved. Awesome moment, and man, it was good stuff. And we have EC3 backstage with Jerry Borash. Kick-ass promo by EC3. I really liked it. And then we move on to Kenny King versus Austin Aries. And holy shit, this is a good goddamn match, just as I predicted. And Aries running the whole show pretty much. And man, we get all sorts of shit. And then what I did like was when Kenny King went for a pin attempt, obviously cheating with his legs up on the ropes, Brian Hebner actually called it, prevented it, and got in the face of Kenny King. Although MVP has had Brian Hebner in his pocket for some reason. He calls this, and then we get a discus forearm, boom. Nope, kick out. We get a turn into the last chancery. Thought for sure this was the tap out, make him look weak because he's been running his mouth the whole time. Nope, fucking gouged out the eyes. And, well, anyway, in the end, we get this super monster brainbuster off the top turnbuckle. Boom. That's it. Austin Aries, the greatest man that ever lived. It just great, great, great shit. Then we have the Von Erichs, which I didn't know. They said that Von Erichs would be there in some capacity. I didn't know they were actually going to have a match. And they do have a match against the Bromance, DJZ and Jesse. And quick match. And in the end, you get some bullshit. But the Kevin Von Erich comes running in. He ends up hitting the monster claw there, and the iron claw with no shoes on. And the crowd's really into the Von Erichs. Clearly they're in Dallas, and great heritage down there. So this was the right thing for TNA to do. It was very, very smart. You get the Von Erichs involved, you're in Dallas. You get the Cowboys involved, you know, it all made sense. They were thinking a little bit. So cool shit, liked it. Then we move on to Gail Kim versus Angelina Love, and holy shit, Earl Hebner comes out during this, and he ejects Velvet Sky from ringside because she already one attempt at cheating, and Gail Kim, you know, gets away from that one, but then we get a kick to Earl Hebner. He's down, and Stifler, he just he won't jump in there until finally Angelina Love gets the her Botox injection in, and he runs in and does a quick 3 count. She retains. Gail Kim gets screwed over here. That's that. Then we have Bully backstage, and he's getting the fucking crowd into this big, and he's over my dead body, over my dead body. And like I said, and then he puts over some of the old, you know, with the Von Erichs, the Freebirds, Stan Hansen, and Terry Funk, his idol. So hell yeah, drunk Terry Funk, A-OK in my book. And then we have the EC3 versus Bully Ray. And Bully just monster chops EC3, and we get a cheese grater to his chest too. I just don't know how the hell the guy wasn't bleeding. And anyway, we're going for we get tables all set up all over, and well, anyway, Spud comes in after Bully Ray rips apart the ring, going for the pile driver like he did last year's Slammiversary on Sting. But we get the kendo stick across his back, and well, in the end here, you have Dixie Carter coming out, and I thought for sure with those tables all set up, and Bully's like, bitch, I'm gonna kill you. But EC3 comes from behind, hits Bully with a kendo stick, and Spud pulls Dixie off the tables as Bully falls into these tables. We get to the 10 count, Texas Deathmatch rules, Bully's out, EC3 wins. Goddamn shame after being inducted into the Hall of Fame, but that's the way that one rolled out. And either way, it leaves still room for that feud between them, because it's still the Authority, Dixie Carter against Bully Ray. So that works out. Then we move on to Mr. Anderson versus James Storm. James Storm comes out, throws a Cowboys helmet in there, dumps some beer on it. He says he's a Titans fan, and you know, basically fuck the Cowboys. And they're sitting ringside. There's like 8 of them. And then you got Mr. Anderson comes out, kissing their ass really. And this was a quick match for the feud that was built up, and really, I loved when James Storm is right in the fucking Cowboy's face, spits beer on him, flips him the fuck off, and wow, that looked pretty intense there for a minute. But we have some outside ring with the Cowboys actually coming toward the ring, and it looked like they were going to get a little physical with James Storm. We get the mic check from Mr. Anderson, 1, 2, 3, victory, and Storm ran out of there pretty quick. Those Cowboys were coming in. And you know, they had a little fun moment there in the middle of the ring, And Cowboy, he went packing after the Cowboys came running in. I would have liked to see Storm win this and just really shove it right in their face. Then we move on to the TNA World Heavyweight Championship match in a cage with Austin fucking Aries, EY, and Bobby Lashley. And, you know, decent fucking match. I really liked it once Lashley was, you know, out of this match at the end. But we get this awesome tornado DDT from Eric Young to Bobby Lashley, and then we get just some crazy shit going on here, and holy fuck, Eric Young with a huge elbow to Bobby Lashley. Looked like he might pick up the victory right there against Bobby Lashley, which would have been a nice capitalization on Money, Power, Respect, you know, trying to take the belt from him. But Austin Aries gets a punt to EY, and well, anyway, EY nails the pile driver on Austin Aries. Now, the little pull the leg up, Austin Aries was down on his stomach. It was a little fuck up there at the end, but Eric Young retains the championship, and that's A-okay with me. That's what I said in my predictions video, even before this stipulation of when MVP couldn't go. And either way, I said Eric Young was going to win and retain his belt here. And the cool thing at the end, showing good sportsmanship, he helps Austin Aries to his feet and offering his hand to the man. And so, really good shit. Liked it, loved it, awesome. And what did you guys think? Who should have... I would have loved to see Austin Aries, obviously. Option C, come out of this Slammiversary as TNA World Heavyweight Championship, as the champion. And where the hell was Bobby Roode? I would have liked to see Bobby Roode come out in some capacity somewhere. Fuck, he should have actually had a match. So, where is Bobby Roode? Comment below, guys. And I think everything else worked out. James Storm I would have liked to see win, obviously. Bully Ray clearly should have fucking won this shit. But, hey, we'll see what happens as the cards unfold. You know, Bully Ray, we'll find out on Thursday. Austin Aries, where do we go from here? We'll find out Thursday. Bobby Roode, where the fuck are you? Maybe we'll find out on Thursday. Samoa Joe, what direction are we going? Can't wait for Bound for Glory. I can't wait for that series to start. I think that's where we're stepping into, setting up these guys for Bound for Glory. So, follow me on Twitter at Rob Kimball Brand. Till next time, guys. Peace.